Elon as a presentation from our country.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you.
Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem.
Welcome back to MAGA Capital, the channel where we cut through the noise and bring you the truth the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear. Before we dive into today's explosive topic, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our hard-hitting content. Your support helps us keep fighting for America and defending our values. Now let's get into it. Folks, we got a major story breaking right now. The headlines are ablaze with news of a feud between former President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. This isn't just any spat. This is shaping up to be a political and cultural earthquake, and it's got everyone talking. Even more shocking is the claim that President Trump's name is being brought into the mix with the Epstein files. That's right, Jeffrey Epstein, the disgraced financier whose ties to the global elite have fueled speculation for years. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room.
You know, I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
The mainstream media is already salivating over this. They've been waiting for any excuse to drag President Trump's name through the mud, and this is just another desperate attempt. Let's be clear. President Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing or close association with Epstein. In fact, Trump was one of the few people who kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago and cut ties with him the moment anything shady came to light. Compare that to the Clintons or other globalist elites who were regulars on Epstein's infamous jet, and you'll see exactly who the media protects and who they target. Now, let's talk about Elon Musk. The man is a disruptor. Love him or hate him, he's challenging the status quo in ways that terrify the establishment. Whether it's taking over Twitter, exposing censorship, or pushing back against woke ideology, Musk has ruffled feathers on both the left and the right. But here's the thing. This so-called feud feels like another attempt to divide and conquer. The media loves nothing more than to pit two powerful, influential figures against each other, especially when they both threaten the elite's grip on power. They're trying to paint Musk as the hero and Trump as the villain, or vice versa, depending on which outlet you're watching.
Mr. President, you posted yesterday that a good way to save money be to cancel some of Musk's contracts. How seriously are you considering that?
We'll take a look at everything. I look at everything. He's got a lot of money. He gets a lot of subsidy. So we'll take a look at that. Only if it's fair. Only if it's fair for him and for the country, I would certainly think about it, yeah, but it has to be fair.
Earlier today that Mr. Musk had a problem. What did you mean by that? And did you misjudge him?
I don't want to juggle up problems. I think that I think the United States had problems that if you look at the numbers today, the numbers were unbelievable. The numbers were incredible.
And Elon Musk, when he left the White House, a key, symbolically, to the White House, to the administration at large. I think that's what would you like him to give that back?
So I don't take things back. No,
what about the Tesla?
I gave him a key. He tried very hard.
But patriots, we need to reject this narrative. Let's take a step back and think critically. Why is this story coming out now? Why are Epstein's files suddenly back in the news? It's almost as if the establishment is trying to distract us from something else. Biden's failing economy, the border crisis, or the disastrous foreign policy decisions that have left America weaker on the world stage. It's classic misdirection, and we're not falling for it. Here's the deal. Trump doesn't need defending when it comes to Epstein. The facts are on his side. But what we do need to defend is the truth. The left has spent years weaponizing the media to smear Trump, and this is just the latest example. They'll twist and manipulate anything to fit their narrative, even if it means ignoring the real criminals and predators who are deeply tied to Epstein's operations. As for Musk, let's not forget that he's been vocal about exposing corruption and fighting censorship. He's no saint, and he doesn't claim to be, but he's also not the enemy. The enemy is the global elite who want to control what you think, what you say, and how you live. They hate Trump because he stood up to them, and they fear Musk because he's pulling back the curtain on their lies. So what do? First, we stay informed. Don't rely on the mainstream media to tell you the truth. They're not journalists, they're propagandists. Second, we stand united. Whether you're a Trump supporter, a Musk fan, or both, Remember that we're all on the same side in this fight against tyranny and corruption. Division only serves the elite. And finally, we hold the real culprits accountable. Epstein's client list has remained a closely guarded secret for far too long. Why? Because it implicates some of the most powerful people in the world. If the media cared about justice, they'd be demanding answers about those names instead of manufacturing scandals about Trump. Let's wrap this up with a call to action. If you're tired of the lies, the smears, and the distractions, hit that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Let's get the truth out there. And don't forget to subscribe to MAGA Capital for more updates, analysis, and unapologetic patriotism. Together, we can fight back against the corruption and reclaim our country. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay strong, stay vigilant, and stay patriotic. God bless America.